This new collaboration relationship creates an intellectual property bridge.
It was a conversation about how we work together with our customers. And that's what's most important to both organizations.
We really decided that the best thing to do was to immediately start and head out together to customers and talk with them about the partnership, talk with them about what we were doing together, and understand what their interoperability issues were, and to create awareness about the Microsoft and Novell partnership under the framework of building bridges.
And it was really a kind of an interesting reaction where we had to sort of explain to customers that yes, we are competing in areas, but we're also collaborating. Let's look at the problems, let's look to the challenge, let's solve this together.
There was not an executive that we didn't reach out to that wasn't interested in what Microsoft and Novell were going to create together, innovate on, and work with them on.
I would say it's historical. It's, in a lot of ways, new frontier for the company.
When Novell and Microsoft started working together on this partnership, there were some initial challenges. We didn't have a process to work together. We didn't have a joint vocabulary in how we wanted to address the marketplace.
As soon as the joint agreement was announced in November of 2006, our teams immediately came together to meet each other, to spend time planning, to spend time figuring it out, because we had to understand the agreement before we could talk to customers about it. And we do spend a significant, even now, spend a significant time with each other.
And I think the challenge that we've had is to educate and to continue to educate the marketplace on what we're doing together.
Well, some of the early challenges has been helping customers get over the shock. And I mean, that sounds kind of odd, but it is really, you're doing what? We all get along, it's that fraternity thing, and we all understand that at the end of the day, we're all trying to build really cool stuff. We really became comfortable with the agreement, OS to OS, very comfortable in both environments.
Building trust between the sales teams is an important fundament for any of us to be successful in any of these engagements. In general, we tend to be talking about mature professionals, both at Novell and Microsoft, who are looking to build or continue to build on long-term partnerships and relationships with the customers.
Before this partnership existed back on November 2nd, many of our customers really struggled to really solve or address interoperability issues, and they had to do it alone. The value of this partnership to both Microsoft and Novell is pretty simple. It's one word, it's the customer.
You know, one of the beauties of this agreement is that it's very customizable. So we go in, we talk to the customer to find out what they need, and we can customize a solution for them. How many servers? What level of support? What type of migration services? So we can be very flexible in our approach, which is great. So both Microsoft and Novell can kind of put on their thinking caps and look in our sort of, at our choices in terms of service offerings and offer that customer exactly what that customer needs.
And I think for customers, that's very important to know that two of their key platforms, Windows and Linux, are working together and that the vendors are willing to stand behind that.
The customer problems that we are targeting have a lot to do with how Windows and Linux technologies have typically not worked well together. We looked at some pain points in the industry and identified several that we could work on together to alleviate some of the headaches.
If you had a problem with Linux touching Windows, there was really nobody to go to resolve the problems.
Well, before, customers had to pretty much learn on their own, right? Or have the expertise in-house. And that was quite difficult because what would happen would be within your data center, you'd have your Unix side of the house or the Linux side of the house and the Windows side of the house. And many times, those two entities never talk to each other.
The challenges that the customers face, they have data centers that are overflowing with underexploited compute capacity. They have concerns that are environmental in terms of energy consumption and heat and cooling. They have resource issues in terms of staff and skill sets. And they have ever-increasing demands from their businesses to provide a more flexible and agile compute platform. Now, in that mix, one of the things that is a concern are the number of supported operating system stacks in their environments. When we go in together with Microsoft, in many instances, we can offer to reduce that complexity by providing a Linux platform that works more closely with their Windows platform than other Linux platforms would.
So systems management, for example, federated identity, document format interoperability, and virtualization are areas that we can create solutions for our customers.
Virtualization, this stuff is ready for prime time, and it's really going to start to explode. But the problem is, with that explosion comes, I need to be able to manage those systems. How do I manage a Unix, a Linux system, and a Windows system with one control panel? That's the goal. And then the interoperability piece, how do I plug these systems together? So what it really opens up for the customer is the opportunity to basically have a lot of free choices when you have operating systems and co-development efforts going on based upon standards.
Novell, as a mixed source software company, we basically have no choice. We have to make those pieces work.
Quite frankly, if we all believe that the customer is right and we're trying to solve business problems, it's for the better for all of us. So that mutual understanding basically helped us to sit down and say, you know what, we can do this. Let's just solve some of these hard problems. When you get to the bare bones engineering aspect of it, everybody's just kind of locked arms and trying to solve some of these problems, and it's a lot of fun.
It's very common for customers to have heterogeneous environments in their back office or their data centers. Linux and Windows will coexist.
By technically integrating complex environments, we hope we make it much easier for the customers to operate in heterogeneous environments.
When we talk about interoperability solutions, it often gets very specific to that customer environment and the goals that they're trying to achieve. A lot of our customers are increasingly interested in virtualization, so that's a hot topic.
Our executives have continued to support this partnership in many, many ways, both from the sales and marketing standpoint and the technical side as well. Bob Muglia is the executive sponsor on the Microsoft side, and every month he has a call with Jeff Jaffe, who's the CTO of Novell.
We've learned a tremendous amount over the last year. We've learned how to engage together. We've learned when not to engage. And that's meant some real success in terms of joint customers and also some real success in terms of impact in the overall market and how we go forward with the partnership.
By putting out our joint roadmaps and now with our interoperability lab, I think we're demonstrating that this partnership is successful and will continue to be successful.
I think we've really surprised the market and ourselves in terms of the number of customers who've signed up to take advantage of the deliverables. And that's been very gratifying.
I'm really pleased with the progress that we've made in the partnership, and I would definitely label the partnership as success.
Customers love it. They have everything to gain and nothing to lose in terms of what we're doing to help make life easier for them.
From day one, what the customers have asked us is for candid and transparent discussions about what the partnership can do for them and what to expect, and continue to keep them updated as we're making progress. And we've been able to actually deliver some really great results.
Customers are clearly very interested in interoperability and what we're bringing to market in both our Novell solutions as well as in our Microsoft solutions.
Each time we have a customer release, each time we meet a customer, or each time we meet someone at a show or an event, and we have Novell and Microsoft people together, they see that what we're really doing is truly real and that there is a benefit to the customer. I think the market appreciates what we're trying to do. We're trying to make the two platforms of the future, Windows and Linux, work well together. And for us, it's all about being that Linux distribution that has the best interoperability with the Windows world.
think the long-term vision for this relationship is to continue to explore ways to work better together for our customers.
So where the partnership goes in the future is it's building on the momentum that we've made in the last year. It's building on the great engagement that we've had.
So in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, what I believe that this partnership will be strong. I think it will evolve to have more components and more collaboration, and that'll be all based on customer need and value.